Okay, welcome to tonight's training, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda Gee, and I've been with Isagenix since the start of the first lockdown, which was May 20. After gaining a lot of weight, introduced to the products, had an amazing journey with weight loss, and was a big fan of the products. And I basically shared my story. I didn't look at starting an Isagenix business. I just shared and blogged my journey as advised by my amazing mentor, Donna Young. Just tell the world about these products. So I did, and I would have shared it for free. But as it happens, I shared it and I got paid. So I take that story into every discovery call I had. Sharing is the thing that I found my forte in within this business, asking people to share with friends, which develops consultants and therefore adds to success. But tonight, what I want to talk to you guys about is the Christmas time and the holidays. And if anybody saw the corporate training with Charlene during the week, they touched on this, but I wanted to share with you what I did and what we did as a team last Christmas. Type a 2 in the chat box if you feel that you're getting a lot of no's at the moment, that people are busy with their lives. They're saying they'll wait till after the holidays. Yeah, me too. And it's quite normal at this time of the year that people are busy and they're prioritizing things differently. But an example that I like to give is, I know now what I need to buy for Christmas. I guess you guys are the same. Type a 3 in the chat box if you're more or less sorted with Christmas presents, but you still have a few more gifts to buy. Does everybody agree? You've got maybe a list now. You prioritize your shopping a little bit more structured. So you go down the high street. You're not wandering in shops. Every shop that you go in the high street, you know where you're going. Right now, I have a list and I know which shops I want to go in because I know who I need to buy for. But does that mean that the shops that I'm not going into are closed? No, they're not. They're open. They're there ready for me if I do want to walk in. I might walk by today, but they're always open. And I think this leads nicely into what I would advise over Christmas is stay visible. Stay visible. It's very easy to sit back and relax with the family, which we all want to do that. We're all going to have a great time, especially after last Christmas, but be mindful of staying visible. Keep your shop open, even if it's you plan your little posts, Christmas posts. Just keep your algorithms of your social media going, couple of times a day, even over Christmas. Donna and I were speaking earlier. She even posted on Christmas Day. I'm not sure I posted on Christmas Day, but we did, and we had a discussion last year about wishing people a happy Christmas, but also speaking to them the day after. So Boxing Day, the day after, the 26th, everybody can probably resonate with this, that when you have had Christmas Day and you're eating and you're drinking and you're overindulging, you really can't wait to get on to something healthy. Even before Isagenix, I always used to feel that by the day after Christmas Day, I was ready for some spinach. It used to be a bag of spinach. Craving healthy food, like Donna just said, was something that I felt probably by the 26th of December. So on the 26th of December, I purposely went and wished most of the people on my follow-up list, not a Merry Christmas, but hi, how are you? Hope you had a great Christmas. I made sure that I was still visible to them, and they would, they'd correspond back and we'd have a little chat. So also during that time, we think we'll be busy with Christmas, but quite often Christmas Day, after Christmas lunch, you sat around scrolling on your phone anyway. Reconnect with people who you've not spoke to for a while. Ask them about their Christmas. And we did that all over that period, and it really paid dividends for us. And also, be a product of the product. I remember a post I did, it came to my head when I was thinking before. I had a photo of me with a mince pie in one hand and greens in another. And it was like, you know, the two variations of choice, but I have that choice, but I'm still using the products throughout the festive season. So be a product of the product. Show people that it can work with a family. Show people that it can interact with the balance of a healthy versus a non-healthy lifestyle or a couple of days. You know, when we connect with people, and they will reach out to you between Christmas and New Year, you know, they'll reach out when you speak to them. If you arrange a call for either that week, you'll be surprised. First of all, I forgot to ask, can you type a 4 in the chat box if this is your first Christmas with Isagenix? I just want to know how many new people we've got on the call that have never had a Christmas. Okay, we've got Edna. Anybody else? I know there's a lot of my team that yeah, Marjan, yeah, I think that Monique, yeah, Rebecca, yeah. I know a lot of my team wasn't around last Christmas, and I was very new last Christmas. It was when I probably made a conscious decision to look at this business seriously, was around that time. So I was still absorbing all the information and training from my mentors. So I hope that you take value from this when we're finished. Anybody at last Christmas, type a 5 in the chat box if you did, you know, be honest now. Did you go to sleep at Christmas? Did you pick your business up, or did you work through, or did everybody work through Christmas? Because a lot of network marketers do. Yeah, work. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, is that butt? You kick your butt. Okay, so what I remember the training we had with Zach and Eden around that time about a lot of network marketers do go to sleep. They think, well, nobody's watching, nobody's looking, but they are. They're always watching, and they're always looking. And we're in a wellness industry, so it's going to be the product that they turn to. You know, they're not going to buy cosmetics and perfume and tropics at home. They're going to come to us. So we have to keep that open all the time. Another key element to this is make new connections too, as well as connect with you within your list and your prospect list and your follow-up list. Make new connections. People tend to be in good spirits at Christmas. So if you're adding and messaging new people, you know, I'd love to connect with you. Hi, you know, Yolanda said she was asleep. You know, they're more likely to accept, and they're more likely to say, you know, yeah, I'll love to connect with you. People are in good spirits. So I think your success rate of connecting with new people will be a lot more in the over the Christmas period, and keep in touch with those people. When you speak to people, that's what I was going back to. Sorry, I do digress from one thing to the other. But when you do speak to people, when they look at a financial objection, you get quite a lot of financial objections over Christmas because they've spent a lot of money, etc. There's always that opportunity to offer the business side of it. You know, in fact, we're a financial wellness company as well as a wellness company. So offer that with any customer that has any kind of financial objection. I would always tell them about sharing. So I'm just looking, Michelle said she joined on the 16th of December 5 years ago. So it was I didn't know that, Michelle. And look at the numbers. Yeah, it hits the ground running at Christmas, this business. So when you are coming across a financial objection, I would always offer the sharing piece, which is what I do. I would always say, well, you know, you can get your products paid for, not necessarily going into business conversations, but getting the products paid for. So the post is very good as well. You know, the launch post. Does everybody use the launch post on here? Type a 6 in the chat box if you're using the launch post. And yeah. And so I would always advise anybody you're speaking to over the festive season, draw it to their attention that we are coming into the best time of the year. Like Michelle said, we're coming into the best time of the year for them to have their products paid for. It's all about that. When I speak to a customer on the phone, I will talk to them about the products. I will then ask them how they feel about sharing their results. The reason why I ask them about sharing their results is when we say this to the customer. When Donna said to me, how do you feel about sharing your results when you get them? What I read into that was, what I heard from that is her posture and her certainty that I was going to get results with this plan was quite impressive to me, because I heard it as a matter of fact. She didn't say, if I get results. She didn't say, should you get results, if you get results, will you post and share with your friends? She said, when you get results, how do you feel about sharing on social media? And I, of course, was impressed that I'm going to get results. She said, I'm going to get results. So I said, yes, of course, I'm happy to share. And then she said, okay, well, if you are happy to share your results when you get your results, how about starting now? And I would do this with the people that you speak to over Christmas, because you can explain to them that they will probably have a lot of friends in the same position that they've overindulged at Christmas, and it's a new year, new start. So I would always use the sharing piece and use that example to the customer. The other thing that you could do is, reach out to friends in your friends list, in your own friends, in your WhatsApp or your personal friends that may have seen what you've been doing, and they may or may not have supported you. I've had lots of friends. I could probably write a list now that fill a piece of paper of friends that I've got that I've never inquired. They've never, and I don't know that anybody can resonate with this, but never inquired, never actually supported. I have a lot of friends that are not necessarily on social media, but never really been visible that they've been watching my journey. And I would reach out to those friends and say, look, you've probably noticed that if you're on my social media that I've been, partnered with a health and wellness company. Do you know anybody? Referral ask, do you know anybody that is said that they want to lose a few pounds in the new year and have a completely new start? And ask your friends to help you. And the other thing that I made a note of was, during Christmas and New Year, and even at New Year, go back to the people that you spoke to during the Christmas week. Carmen said, do you know 2 people that will eat? It's for everybody. It's, again, that going back to that. Thanks, Carmen, for that prompt, because it's not just about weight loss. There are lots of people who are looking for a health transformation in the new year. It's not always about losing weight. It's about, sometimes for people, a new start, new year, new start, as well as the wellness. You've got financial wellness. So there are people who are looking at the financial blueprint at this time of the year as well, and wanting to make changes in the new year. And if people are voicing that to you, that's an opportunity to always introduce the opportunity, the business opportunity. And in the new year, so the people that you've spoken to over Christmas, or when I say you've spoken to, but you've connected with, or the people you've connected with, you can go into your Facebook, you can look at your new friends, you can look at all your friends. And I only just discovered this is how naive I am on social media, but looking at your new friends, you can put your friends in list of order of when they became your friends. So you can put your newest first. That's a feature that I've not long known. Your newest first, so you can see who you connected with and when. So I would build that relationship. You've connected with them over Christmas. You've asked them, did they have a nice Christmas? And now you're going to wish them Happy New Year. And when you wish them Happy New Year, you could jovially say, do you have any New Year's resolutions? And see what they come back with. They might talk about wellness. They might not realize what we do because you've just added them on Facebook. They might talk about finances. And we're not going to jump right in there. We're just going to sympathize and resonate with them and just have a little chat. But they know, then they'll have a look at you and they'll know where you are if they need you. So, you know, to sum up, it's probably a short training. Normally I can't shut up and I go on and on and on, but it's keeping visible. Stay connected with the people you're already connected with. Don't close your shop over Christmas. Keep it very much open. Reconnect with people who you've connected with before, you know, reconnect with new people. At Boxing Day, the day after, ask them, have they had a great Christmas? Be a product of the product, show everybody how it fits in, and just, you know, use examples, use lifestyle photographs. Remember to post ordinary pictures with your family and the fact that you're still having fun and you're still enjoying it, but keep your shop open. You know, offer financial wellness when it's appropriate, you know, and ask about New Year's resolutions, and just be visible. That's sort of it, guys. It's quite a short one tonight. Yeah, Ed, if you want to ask a question, go ahead. I'm ready. Do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Amanda?
Yeah. I can.
All right,
hear you.
awesome. Well done tonight. Awesome job. Just want to ask, at the minute, for example, like for all of us, and especially new people, like what's your daily plan for like social media at the moment? What do you do day in, day out, which brings you 3, 4, 5 new customers a week?
Well, I'm consistent with it, and I've stuck to really the values of like lifestyle, value, and results. I try to. I mean, I know this past week we've been spamming a little bit with promotions, and we've been probably doubling up on promotions, but ordinarily I just keep visible, and I've been doing lives. Lives have really helped me this week, and I've noticed you've been doing them as well, Ed. The lives just before a post are valuable. It's added so much traction, and they don't have to be about product. What I found, I've been posting the sort of the 18-day resets or whatever it is we've been promoting, but then I've been chatting about it, and I've noticed you've done the same. Don't know whether it's been successful for you, but yeah, posting regular lives, talking, just interacting with people, and I've been more visible this past couple of weeks than ever before, because I expected it to slow down. So I took action last year. I realized it slowed down, and then I was reaching out to my upline to look at what we should do when it slows down, you know. So this year I was prepared for it, and I've probably overdone it. Well, you can't overdo it, but I've been on it with regard to posting, interacting, messaging, following up, and it's working. And groups as well. I'd advise anybody, I don't know whether everybody's in like local groups, but especially the promotions, be visible in the group. Sometimes if you're in a group, like I'm in a local group, and at first they were very dubious about me. They, you know, I was trolled a little bit, but the more visible you are in the group for other things, the more they trust you when you put a promotion on. So I found that's really helps, the consistency. Any more questions? Because we've got time. Any more questions on the sharing piece or anything, the launch post? Anybody? You must have another one, Ed. Explain about the new friends. What? Just elaborate, Michael.
Yes, great call for sure, Amanda. Thanks. The part about you talked about when you see your new friends first, I didn't get that.
Do you mean on Facebook? Oh, so what I've realized recently, you know, if you're adding and messaging new friends, you know, when you're connecting with new people and you're widening your network, I used to forget who I'd added, and I didn't realize, everybody might laugh at me, but I didn't realize that you can actually go to a setting and see who you recent added. That's what I meant by that. So you can see the recent friends that need the relationship building on because they're recent friends. So that's what I meant by that. Thank you, Michael. Anybody else? I'm so conscious that I talk so much and I go over time that I've gone under time. Okay, is Michelle, you've got a question? Go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, Amanda. Great call.
Hi.
So what I've noticed about you is you're very good at getting people to share. So I ask the question, but they don't want to most of the time, or they don't know anyone when I ask that question. So
Okay.
what kind of language do you use, or or I find people don't want to post on social media because they're private. So, and I'm the only one that gets that. And I do develop a lot of consultants, but I enroll a lot of people, and a lot more of mine say no than what I can see on your numbers in that sense. So I'd just love to know how you can kind of overcome that barrier, or do you not get that hurdle? Like, do you not get that obstacle?
Yeah, I do. I get that quite a lot, but I think sometimes it's the way I say it is the way Donna said it to me. You know, when you get results, they know what I'm about. They almost know what I'm about to say because they've seen it on social media. But I reassure them as I'm asking the question. I'm also answering it, because when I sense somebody's a bit shy, I'll say, okay, when they place their order, when you get your results, how do you feel about sharing on social media? I don't mean pictures. I don't mean photographs. Before they can even think in their head, oh no, I can't do that, I put the mind at rest. And I almost say it as quick as the question comes out of my mouth. I don't mean photographs. And then they pause and they say, oh, so I will say, no, I just mean how you feel. And they'll say, oh yeah, okay, maybe I could do that. And I give them an example. I say, like, for example, on day 3, you're going to feel amazing. I did. So let's say week one, you're going to feel incredible. You're going to feel more energized. You're going to probably be sleeping better. You'll feel that the pounds are coming off. When you feel those things, just go on your social media, or I say your Facebook. I try even not to use word social media. It sounds too salesy. Go on your Facebook and just say that. Just say, I've been on a nutritional plan for just a week. I can't believe how well I feel. I'm sleeping better. I'm waking up with a spring in my step, and I'm losing weight. Thanks, Amanda Gee, for introducing me to it. It's as simple as that. And this is how I'm speaking to the customer. And they say, oh yeah, I can do that. And then when I get that confirmation they can do that, I'll say, okay, well, we can start tonight. And they'll say, what do you mean we can start tonight? I'll say, well, we've got this thing we've already written out for you, and it's really good. I did it, and I always tell them I did it. I always revert back to my story. I did it. It's called a launch post, and it's written out for you, and it goes like this. And I just say it. Blah, 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 blah. After seeing my friend Amanda lose a stone and feel amazing on this nutritional plan, I said, you're not endorsing it, because listen to this. It says, I've decided to give it a go. You're not, because sometimes you have an objection, don't they? You can relate that they don't want to endorse something they've not used. So I even answer what they're going to think before they think it, if that makes sense. You're not endorsing it. You're just saying, I'm giving this a whirl. Who fancies doing it with me? That's easy, isn't it? And they'll say, yeah, I don't mind doing that. I said, just fill in the blanks and use my pictures. And I send it to them. And even if they say at that point, oh, I'm not sure, I say to them, I'm going to send it you anyway, because when you read it, you might change your mind, because it's really, really good. I said, look at it this way. You found me through a social media post. I found this through a social media post. None of us would be here without that. And, you know, sometimes if the customer is friendly enough and I think I'll get away with it, I'll say, it's your duty to let people know about this. You know, we as women, we should help each other. So I even go down that route sometimes if I can get away with it. If at that point they still say no, I don't push it. I still send them. Even if they're saying categorically no, I still send them the launch post. I send it with the screenshot of their order, send the launch post, and say to them, I'm sending it you anyway, just have a read. And if you don't want to do it, it's fine. So then I go back on day 5, that magic moment, and extract the information, how they're feeling. I always make sure I have a catch up on the phone. How are you feeling? I'm feeling amazing. You know, how's your sleep? Oh, I'm sleeping like a baby. How's your energy? Oh, I said, I told you. I said, you don't fancy sharing that on your social media? Let your friends feel that. And, you know, and sometimes at that point, when they felt it, they believe it and they feel a bit more confident in doing it. So I don't give up. But I think the key is, and I think I'm only just, as I've sort of play acting it to you, Michelle, I think the key is to, you know what they're thinking. So to answer that objection in the conversation. Does that make sense?
No, definitely. And I think that's where you've almost answered their concerns. And I think what I like about what you've just shared is you're kind of pleasantly persistent, but in a bit of a cheeky, like friendly way, because if people are too pushy, come on, share it, then you're almost coming across that you're making it about you, because obviously you're going to make a lot of it. Whereas the way you just described that doesn't sound like that. And I think the other big thing is you have complete certainty that they will feel like that and they will share that. And I think probably, hold my hand up, I don't have that. Not that I don't have to get good results, but because I've asked and people have said no, I probably am carrying a little bit more where I expect them to say no. I expect them to have no friends on Facebook, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that, which is why I'm sharing that.
Yeah, it's true, because I when I've had one or two, they tend to come in a cluster of no's. So and it probably that happens to me as well, but it's having that certainty and tackling the objection, like Ed said, before it happens. I'm saying it before it happens. And the other thing as well is just assuring them that it's not about me. I actually say that's another objection that they might have, just in case they think that I've got a motive for them to share. I say when I'm asking them, it doesn't make any difference to me if you share. I want to do this for you. And they're not silly. They know that there must be an advantage to me. So the way I describe that, I'll say, look, Michelle, I'd love you to share and get your products paid for, but it's you that gets that money, not me. I get a few points if you introduce, because I get points from you, but you get the money. It's not about me. And the basis of that, I'd say to you, is if you get these products for free, you're going to stay on them for longer, which helps me. So I admit there's a slight interest, but it's for you. I want you to have these products for free like I did, because there's nothing better. So as soon as you make it about them and they're sure of that, they usually do come on board with it. And I know Carmen asked about how do you get a customer to do testimonials. To be honest, Carmen, I've not done much of that, because they've quite often shared. But I know Donna used to tell me about that right back in the day, is if they've never shared and they're not interested in sharing, at the end of their journey, or well, not at the end of their journey, when they're well on their way for their result, hopefully it's a continuation of a journey, then I would say, look, I know you wasn't up for sharing your journey, but would you mind giving me a recommendation on your Facebook, tag me in it, just recommending the plan. And if they're a bit unsure about that, or would you mind if I wrote one and tagged you in it, because that goes on their wall. And so that's sort of like the final last resort. But by that time, you've given them a 5-star service. They've got the goal that they wanted to get. So they're usually a bit more trusting. But I think it's about answering those objections before they think it, because you've heard them all.
Definitely. And I think the other thing is that you said, this is what I did, which I don't ever say, because it was so long ago and I forget. So and I think you ask every single person, and I know that 100%.
I do. I do. And and even taking the calls. Sorry, Michelle.
Most people can't say that. Sorry, we keep doing
it's not. There was a delay then. Sorry. I do ask every single person, and also if when we follow up on their interest of those launch posts, I ask them as well, and that's why it's like be manager, create manager. If you follow this consistently, you can create managers on a conveyor belt. I'm telling you, you just can. Consistency is the key, because you've got to. I have taken, everybody knows this who's close to me, that I've taken quite a lot of the work on until they get to manager, and then if they want to look at the business, then I teach them how. But after that, you can't do it forever, but you can at least do they share, they share, and then the friends share, and take on those discovery calls. That's what I've done, and got those to share. And then when it goes deeper and deeper, you just have to get your original person to start coming on a bit of training and taking a bit of responsibility on. And that's what I did with Jess. I did the same with Jess. Jess has just gone to executive in 13 weeks. I'm so proud of her. She's done amazing. And she just, I took the work on at the beginning for her, but she soon saw the money and put a hand up and wanted to do it herself, even with a full-time salon. It is possible, but you just got to be consistent and just keep your shop open. Back to what this call was about, just keep it open. I learned from last year. I kept it open last year, but not as much as I have done this year. And I think it's going to pay dividends. Who you're talking and messaging to now are your January customers, without a doubt. So on that note, I'm pleased that I have gone over. I wouldn't be me if I didn't go over. I've gone over by 1 minute. But thank you all for coming on tonight. I will put what did you learn in the group, and if you've got any questions, because I know the chat box has gone a bit crazy, put them in the group and I will definitely answer them. So have a great week, rest of Sunday, guys. See you later. Bye.